I'm Alfian Poon. Joining me today is
John. I'm new to the podcast. Sorry, I'm new to the stream. It's a pleasure to be here.
yeah, that's right, that's right. So today we have the two giants of the two grey ogres, Danny Seed versus Cass Ing, the two titans. We've been waiting to see this match for a long time. Who do you think is gonna win? Who has the higher advantage here? Who's up?
First off, they're gonna roll the dice first before we decide to jump into it.
So Danny's seed rolls the 11 as compared to Cass's 7. So definitely winning the die roll here, the first step to winning the entire game. We haven't seen much of Danny's seed's deck yet. We know Cass is playing Abzan or Rock or something. But Danny here, not sure he's playing. Looks like Thoughtseize and red and white. I don't know what he's playing.
Dredge.
Okay, looks like Dredge. Yep, the life from the loam definitely signals to us that he is playing Dredge. Life from the loam. Let's bring that out for our viewers to see here. Life from the loam. Return target 3 land cards from your graveyard to your hand and Dredge 3. Very, very powerful engine for the Dredge players. Gives you access to 3 lands if that's your thing. If you ever need lands.
We're gonna be seeing some dredging here. That on the left side here.
Yes, that's right. I will see. He's gonna start off with the tap. Oh, it's okay. He's gonna play Black Hill Cleaves, Cleaves, whatever, and plays Faithless Looting as he loots faithlessly. Looks like he's gonna get rid of that that Price Amalgam and a Dredge card most likely. He's gonna see Danny Seed unleash the power of his zombies on Cass Ing. What is Cass Ing gonna do? Oh man. Life from the loam and Price Amalgam. Okay, reasonable choice.
Good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. Casting draws here. Okay. Oh, he just plays a Vernal Catacombs and passes the turn. Definitely not the best. So Danny goes ahead and dredges 3 for life from the loam. Looks like he's gonna play. Cause he's gonna fetch for his Wooded Foothills. What do you think Danny's next play is gonna be here? How long do you think Danny will take to set up his super cool Dredge?
Well, I've seen him play a couple of matches just earlier today, and around turn 2 or turn 3, it looks like the Dredge engine starts to go off.
That's right. Turn 2, we see the Blood Gas over here. Blood Gas, of course. Let's bring up Blood Gas for our viewers at home. Blood Gas can't block. Has haste as opponent has 10 or less life. 2/1. Landfall. Whenever land enters the battlefield, you may return Blood Gas from your graveyard to the battlefield. Very good card for Dredge, especially. When opponents at 10 or less life, Blood Gas becomes a real threat. Gonna close out the game real fast with the haste clause on the card.
So Blood Gas, interesting art as well. Double black for 2/1. That kind of has haste. Seems pretty good to me.
From the Zenica block as well. We'll see Cass draw here. He definitely needs to put up some defenses or at least some pressure on his side, or else Danny is gonna roll up his advantage and eventually just hammer Cass in. Alright, so Grimflayer is a card, but it's just gonna trade 1/1 with Blood Gas, which is gonna come back anyway. So Danny dredges away Narcomoeba and Price Amalgam. Really good cards to hit here for Danny.
So at the beginning of the end step, Price Amalgam, both Price Amalgams are gonna come back.
Yeah.
Real synergy here with all the cards here.
Yeah, so he's gonna Faithless Looting again, flashing back Faithless Looting. Probably gonna discard the Imp and the Life from the Loam, further enabling his Dredge engine. Here comes Blood Gas. Definitely not gonna trade his Cream Flayer for that. Here comes the Price Amalgams.
Right. Card recently released from the Shadows over Innistrad block. Definitely a great addition to all the graveyard-based decks. The blue-black graveyard-based decks. Some decks don't even play blue or black, but some decks don't even play blue, but like they still see reasons why to run this card because of course having 3/3s for basically no cost at all is pretty good.
That's right. Price Amalgam. Pretty much a recurring threat for Cass. Cass's aim here is trying to grind his opponent out. It's going to be really hard, especially since Danny is playing a Dredge deck which focuses a lot on recursion, so Cass might be in trouble here as he's unable to he's unable to form what I call established board. All he has is a Noble Hierarch and a tapped Grim Flayer. Okay, so Danny here go for the Dredge again. Sees Conflagrate. Gets with Stinkweed him back up.
Right, so Cathartic Reunion here. Gonna get rid of that Stingweed Limb again, most definitely. Yup, we see the Stingweed Limb hitting the bin and gonna draw 3 more cards off that.
No,
But he's gonna dredge
he's
those.
gonna trigger a Dredge on Stinkweed him. Very good play. Oh, here comes another Bloodgust. Very dangerous for casting here. Alright, so Danny swings with everything here. If Cass doesn't want to block with his Noble Hierarch, Cass is gonna be at 10, which enables the Bloodgust haste effect. It's gonna be really spooky for things are gonna get really spooky for him. Oh, another Bloodgust. Things are not looking very good here.
Right, so Danny's graveyard is like full of gas.
There's another Bloodgust and a Golgari Thug. Holy crap! Danny's just going at it again and again. Never stops. Okay, so yeah, swinging with everything. Then he sees Cass's moment of weakness and just takes advantage of it. But does Cass have a response here? He might have Abrupt Decay. Oh no, he's gonna tap 1 and go for Fail Push. Yeah, Fail Push onto the Bloodgust. Takes 7. Wow, okay.
That activates Bloodgust haste ability though.
Yes, that's very. I would have blocked the Narcomoeba. Narcomoeba has flying, doesn't it?
We'll bring up Narcomoeba for the viewers to see.
Narcomoeba. So Narcomoeba does have flying, alright. So so Cass didn't really have anything. Cass's only line of play that was to block with the Price Amalgam here. Hope he gets a Damnation. Nope, that doesn't look like Damnation.
That looks pretty cool. You see all 4 Bloodgusts all on the battlefield here.
Yeah, all 4 Bloodgusts here. Cass may be in deep shit right now. What he needs here is a Damnation. Otherwise, it looks like game. See, 4 Bloodgusts and and 2 Price Amalgams. Maybe he wouldn't. Yeah, the haste clause on the Bloodgust didn't really matter in the end, but having 4 Bloodgusts, oh man, Danny's dredging was really good. Look at his skilled dredger.
According to him, best dredge player in Singapore.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said just now. Best dredge player Singapore. Not too sure about the best part, but good probably. Rojo37X says, lol, he is definitely in deep stars. Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
definitely.
Very deep in the stars because he's dead. Not sure what Cass is thinking right now. He could play. Okay, I see Lingering Souls in his hand. One option here could be play Lingering Souls and leave out some blockers, I guess. But it's not really gonna help against Danny's already established engine and board and graveyard. Danny kind of has Cass covered on all areas. So yeah, I think that Cass is just dead here.
Cass, I think stuck on 3 lands here. Lingering Souls provides I guess two bodies to block those Bloodgusts with, but I don't think that matters too much. His life total is gonna be shooting all the way down from whatever it is now to 0 pretty quick.
Yeah, now Cass being at 8 fetches twice. Maybe he has a Damnation. Maybe he does have a Damnation. He's hiding it from us for some reason. Doesn't want to slam it on the table.
Damnation would be pretty good here.
Yeah, Damnation would be pretty good, but it wouldn't even save him because it's just gonna keep coming back.
Maybe he has 2.
Oh, maybe he has 2 Damnations. So here's Lingering Souls. Oh, he's gonna Lingering Souls twice. Okay, so Lingering Souls and flashback the Lingering Souls and passes the turn. So what he can do here is he can block both the Bloodgusts. I mean, all of the Bloodgusts and. Okay, so it's gonna block. He can block all of the Bloodgusts, and he's gonna end up trading. But Bloodgust is probably gonna come back. The Bloodgust is probably gonna come back afterwards. So I'm really not sure if Cass can keep this up any longer. So here, then he goes and dredges, gets 2 Narcomoebas. Oh boy.
Man, all Danny really needs to do to get back his blood guards just lay a land, or and the whole team comes back with haste.
Yeah, you know what Cass needs right now? Cass just needs to mill Danny out somehow. He needs a mill card out of the main board tech. Just mill you. The note Danny just kind of shows Cass that you're pre-dead. I have conflagrate for 1,000,000. I'm gonna beat you with everything. No way you're living through that. Go away, Cass. And now going to game 2. What are the sideboard options for both players here?
So this will be interesting. Cat's gonna be definitely gonna be packing some grave hate against Danny's deck. We tend to we know that dredge decks usually have a strong game plan in game 1, and then post sideboard grave hate takes them, hinders their game plan significantly.
Venom 1982 says, "This is by far the best stream on Twitch. I want these commentators to take over for the SCG circuit." Well, Venom, if you truly think we're that good, thank you. As for the SCG part, they'll have to pay me quite a bit. They need to get me a room in the America. They need to help me get a green card. They need Trump out of presidency first, then I'll go back to America. And I'll go back to then. Yeah, I agree. No, wow. Yeah, we are really good. You guys are great. Yeah, we're really great. Alright, so Cass and Danny here going off to the sideboard.
Cass furiously looking through his deck, checking once again, making sure that his sideboard options are all absolutely correct.
I'm not sure if either players have a solid sideboard plan. I mean, normally you see people's sideboard, they just take cards out, put cards in, they don't even think. But these players are showing signs of perhaps hesitation and thinking in sideboard. Maybe not really. Maybe neither player well versed in their respective matchups. So this could be anyone's game, honestly. But yeah, Danny definitely had the game 1 there as a dredge deck. Cass probably couldn't grind him enough. The aim of Cass's Abzan deck here is to attempt to grind the opponent out and eventually will them down and get him dead with Tamogoyfs and Grimflayers. But with the amount of recurrence Danny has, there's definitely no way Cass will be able to find a window to end the game.
Very impressive deck. Love to be playing Dredge. Love watching people see play Dredge, and would love to play Dredge as well.
Definitely. This stream has been sponsored by Snickers. Get your Snickers bars.
Actually, we are sponsored by Grill Games. You can come down to our shop at the Lok Ayer, grab a couple of Modern Masters packs, and have a basically chillax.
Yeah, man. Club Street A3 near Telok Ayer, Chinatown Street. Come by Tuesday, Wednesdays. We have standards and modern. Starts at 8 p.m. We do stream these events on www.twitch.tv/grillgames. If you miss these events, we have video on demand on YouTube. youtube.com/grillgames.
Right, so looks like the game 2 is starting here.
About time. So both players here probably looks like they're going to keep. Cass's hand doesn't look too bad from here. He's probably going to keep this hand. Looks like Lingering Souls, some lands. Then he's definitely going to keep too. So, alright, so they are going to keep. Cass goes for the classic turn 1 fetch shock into Noble Hierarch. Very good. What are both your names? I've listened to you guys for quite a while. You do a great job. Oh, I'm Alfian Poon.
And I'm John. I am new to the casting, so I'm sure you guys have heard Mick and Alfian's podcast as well as their previous cast.
Mick and I are the main casters here. Mick groomed me to become who I am today. So if I'm a good caster or a bad caster, well, you know who to blame for that. So you see a Shambling Vance off Cass's top of his deck. Might want to fetch to trigger the Revolt onto the Renegade Relia to get a land back. but that might not be his play here. Not too sure.
That looks like a new card from Shadows over Innistrad block.
Yes, that the card Insolent Neonate, 1/1 menace for single red. Sacrifice this card, discard a card, and then draw a card. Basically, kind of a loot effect, so you can ditch those dredge cards you want to your graveyard. Evil
Right,
Chuck 1978, hi from Italy. Hello, Evil Chuck. How's the weather there? Singapore's weather is really, really horrible today. The air is so thick, couldn't breathe. Had to leave the house immediately. So here's Renegade Relia, like I mentioned earlier. Returns a land.
Pretty impressive stuff. It almost feels like a ramp spell of sorts.
Yeah, he went for the ramp route. So he also cracks his Burn Catacombs and plays a Thoughtseize. Alright. So that pretty explosive turn 2 here for Cass Ing. So now Danny's being a whiny shit and calling for a judge for some reason. Okay. So yeah, gonna get the Godless Shrine. Taps it.
Right, so
Thoughtseize here coming up from Cass's side. Danny probably not gonna mind too much. Takes out the Cathartic Reunion. Cathartic Reunion, of course, probably one of the only valid targets Cass wants to hit here. I mean,
yeah, definitely making him discard a dredge card would just be
making him discard a dredge card, not really the best thing in the world. So Dredge's 3 lands, instant neonate goes for 1 here. Alright, passes the turn. Okay, so Danny here not having the best start, not having the same explosive start as he had the first game. So Renegade Relic is going in for 3. Maybe 4 actually, because the Exalted trigger. So okay, here comes Lingering Souls. Cass definitely found his window of attack here.
Lingering Souls, excellent card to provide just a wall of creatures to prevent yourself from getting beat in the face.
Okay, so here comes Stinkweed Imp to returning to Danny's hand. Okay, so draws the Stinkweed Imp. Alright, I think you might want to go for a draw. Okay, dredging. Okay, dredges a Stinkweed Imp, red card. Can't tell what it is. Looks like Conflagrate and a Black Cliff Cleave.
Oh, it was a Cathartic Reunion.
Oh, okay, that's pretty subpar. So here comes Faithless Looting. Gonna dredge the first draw.
For 5.
Alright, that's not really good. That's not really good dredge.
Didn't see any price amalgams there.
Yeah, not okay. So next dredge from Life from the Loam. That's a price amalgam.
Right
And
there.
a Nakomiba. Alright, it's pretty good.
That's going to trigger price amalgam at the beginning of the end step. Bring back the price amalgam, get somewhat of an engine going. Even though it's a bit late into the game, it's better than nothing.
Yeah. So he does discard the 2 Stinkweed Imps. One of them which he did dredge back to his hand earlier. So definitely forming his engine, but is Cass able to end this game before Danny actually establishes his board state? Because as of now, even though his engine has been set up, not sure about his board state.
There are only 2 Akumibas, and as of now, they seem to be pretty evenly matched with the Lingering Souls on the opposite side of the board.
Yeah, that's true. But the Renegade Relia is still able to go through and provide decent trading options for Cass though. Danny won't have any opportunities to block the Renegade Relia since it does become a 4-3. Double blocking the Renegade Relia definitely doesn't do anything. But here's wait, what's he playing? He quickly shoves a card.
Okay, so Gemstone Cavern
Okay.
with the 4 counters.
Gemstone Cavern, not the most common card in Modern, but appears in
Wait,
Ethnos.
that's not the right
It's
one.
not Gemstone Cavern.
Gemstone Mine, I think.
Gemstone Mine.
Yeah,
My
right.
bad.
My bad.
It's Gemstone Mine. Alright. So not the most common card in Modern. We do see this card in the Ad Nauseam and now the Dredge deck, which makes sense, I guess. Perfect mana fixing, because both decks do want to end the game relatively fast. So the limit on the land the limit the land has doesn't really matter to them.
Doesn't matter when you're trying to win during those 3 turns anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So Danny going for the aggressive play here. Swings with both Bloodghast and the Narcomoeba.
Right, so definitely offering the trade between the token and the Narcomoeba there, as well as the Bloodghast, of course.
I think if I was cast here, I'd go for the trade. Since I'm probably just gonna attack with the Renegade Rallier alone anyway. Gonna get the Exalted trigger off the Honored Hierarch, of course.
Right, so Noble Hierarch is going to attack for some mana, and looks like a Path to Exile is going to take out their Bloodghast.
Very good answer to the Bloodghast here. Path to Exile, of course, exiling the Bloodghast for permanently, so it's unable to come back with the landfall trigger. Then he does get a land though. Not sure how much that's gonna matter. Oh, does he not have a basic land?
Okay,
Nope. Looks like he dredged all of them away.
so he might fail to find here, but
Nope, does find a mountain. Gemstone is good with Life from the Loam too.
Yeah, definitely. There's some synergy going on with there, especially since Life from the Loam returns 3 lands from the graveyard to your hand, and Gemstone Cavern being a card that just goes to your graveyard by itself after 3 turns.
Yeah, definitely some small synergy there. Not sure how relevant it'll be in this matchup, but here comes Life from the Loam for Danny Seed. Hard casting it, gets back 3 lands. Okay, looks like he wants to thin his deck even more.
Picked up the Bloodstained Mire and the Wooded Foothills there.
So Cass's turn here, draws the card. Looks like another Path to Exile.
Don't you think that post-sideboard the game just become way more grindy?
Yeah, definitely. The game definitely has become more grindy. Although I think it's more of Danny not having the same explosive start that he had the first game, more than the sideboard thing, because we haven't really seen any significant sideboard cards from either players yet. So here's Shambling Vents and the Renegade. Okay, no, decides not to. Yep, okay, no, goes for it. Shambling Vents and Renegade Rallier goes in for 5 damage. Cassin gets 2 from Lifelink from the Shambling Vents. Now back to Danny's turn.
Lifelink being pretty relevant here, so any future Bloodghast don't just have haste automatically, you know.
Yeah, that's true. The lifelink there, putting him above 10 life, so the Bloodghast not gonna have haste for his next reanimate. So that's Stink with him. Alright, so we see Lightning Axe and Price Amalgam in his hand. So Lightning Axe probably gonna fly to one of his creatures for him to discard more of his zombies or something.
Right. What do you think about what do you think about this particular matchup?
This matchup,
Who do you think will win this matchup?
well, game definitely. This matchup is very dependent on what the Dredge player draws. Basically, if the Dredge player has a good draw, he's gonna wreck his face. But if the Dredge player has like maybe average draw and the Abzan deck is able to just hold on there and find his window for victory, and I think Abzan will have a much better chance. Like as of right now, Abzan looks like it has the upper hand here, but Danny might be able to form his wall of Price Amalgams and Nakomimas to block Cass's damage.
Another Path to
that's
Exile.
Path,
This
alright.
is huge.
Yeah.
Those exile base effects are definitely what you want to see here against the Dredge deck.
Very huge here since Price Amalgam being one of the blockers that Danny needs here, because Bloodghast can't block, so that's definitely one thing you should note there. Right, so Danny dredges, that's Bloodghast, and Stinkwind Imp.
Right, so the 2 life was relevant somewhat.
Alright, so okay, gonna dredge again. Sees Price Amalgam and Golgari Thug and another Bloodghast. Alright, the two life there proving to be quite relevant here actually. So Danny, I think, what's he doing now?
Right now, it looks like Cass firmly in the driver's seat, although Danny can string together a bunch of plays that might lead to a win. We see many recursive many forms of recursable cards in the form of Prize Amalgam and Bloodghast sitting right in his graveyard, as well as somewhat of a engine. Not as great as the one in game 1, but definitely somewhat of an engine.
Yeah, so if you're cast here, you just animate, you just like animate your Shambling Van and just go all in with everything. Because Danny is holding a Lightning Axe. Not sure if Cass is aware that Danny even runs the card.
Definitely some great synergy here. He will ditch that Prize Amalgam in his hand and continue some shenanigans.
Alright, so here's Lightning Axe onto the Renegade Relia. Discards. I didn't really see what he discarded. But
Sting with him, yes.
oh, Sting with him. Okay. So Cass tapping for 3. No, it's not. Tapping for 2 instead. No, flashback the Lingering Souls. Okay. Maybe he's gonna cast another one. Yep, cast another Lingering Soul. So, yeah, Cass is having 5 spirits on the field right now. Flies above the Price Amalgams. Oh, then you have to discard for looting. Okay, go stop then.
Okay, so one of our viewers just pointed out that Danny had to discard for Faceless Looting, and we're gonna go and stop the match right now.
Yeah, that's a incorrect resolution. So then he did the first part of the card, but kind of missed out on the second one, which is discarding. Oh, Snickers is really good. Yeah, so thank you, Truth or Dare in 1990, aka Mr. Jeffrey Chan, for pointing out that one error. Definitely one of the things of the feature match area.
So he can say since I missed the trigger, then whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, since the trigger has been long past and it was a positive trigger for Danny. So since he missed it, well, who cares?
Yeah, I think Cass also being a good spot here just gives it to Danny. Cass also actually quote him, can't be bothered to keep up with all this.
Yeah, that's true. When you're a Dredge player, please remember to take note of your triggers, especially since you have lots of them and your opponent's probably not gonna pay attention to you until you're done doing all your stuff.
So many missed triggers over the modern events, so many rulings of Prize Amalgam, whether they do work, they do not work, all over the place.
So here, Danny played Life from the Loam, clearing some of his lands. Doesn't look like he's able to do anything much right now. Cass having a overwhelming board advantage and the Shambling Vents, so probably just gonna swing in for the win right now, unless Danny has another form of removal.
I mean, Danny still can block with the the one Nakumi bar, but
Yeah,
he's definitely gonna have to string together something to get himself
yeah,
out.
it needs like one more removal. Okay, so it looks like he does have something. What is he gonna play here? Okay, no, he's gonna see. Okay, conflagrate onto one of the spirits, I think.
Conflagrate card, very interesting card that many Dredge decks use nowadays. Any graveyard based deck actually, very relevant. Deals X damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures or players, and with a flashback of double red and discard X cards. Very relevant in these kinds of decks, as they want to be discarding their either their recursion pieces, or they are going to be discarding their dead cards or dredge engines.
Whoa, very huge paradigm shift for Danny Seed here, playing Conflagrate as a pseudo board wipe and dishing a lot of his cards in his hand, making his dredge engine that much stronger and having an opportunity to come back from the game.
Oh, this is a huge swing with all the Bloodghast coming back. Really lucky they didn't have haste, don't you think?
Yeah, that's true.
Uh,
That's not the right one. Yeah, with the score. Danny is winning 1-0.
Right, looks we might see this turn to a 2-0 real quick in a turn or two if Cass doesn't do something
Well,
to.
Cass, he might need a damnation here. I don't know where his damnation's been. That every time I call for his damnation, it never comes out. Don't know why. Not very good player.
I'm sure.
So, Cass, please. Probably just gonna leave his spirit back for defense since he can't really do anything at this point. Right, so he's going for it.
Conflagrate seem pretty great for Danny right there. Managed to stop all that lingering souls shenanigans, and actually now the game seems to have swung in Danny's favor.
Yeah, the conflagrate there, clearing out 4 of the spirits definitely has got him back the game. Not to mention, it also dumped a lot of his cards into his graveyard.
Right, but Danny's deck looks like it might be running out of cards soon, so it doesn't look like he's gonna be dredging anytime soon.
Alright, just Kitchen Things. Alright, definitely one of the great cards Cass has against this kind of situation. Let's get Kitchen Things up for viewers here. Seems
mana.
awkward if he had 2 more cards to discard from before. Yeah, I agree. That's a bit.
That's true, but well, Cass decided to let Danny keep the card, so
Yeah, whatever.
yeah, whatever.
Well, maybe him discarding the cards would have been a good thing. So here he gets life from the loam.
Alright, so
So what does he do? Okay, so he's gonna play. Okay, so untap, upkeep.
well, we're gonna be continuing what we said about Kitchen Finks. Kitchen Finks is a 3-mana 3/2 persist creature that upon entering the battlefield gains 2 life.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the very good value cards the Abzan deck has for any matchup. Getting 2 bodies and effectively getting 4 life for him. It's very strong. Goes down to a 2-1. Brings Cass down to 12, but not sure. Not sure if that's gonna phase Cass. The only thing Cass should be worried about is running out of cards in his hand, and Danny, despite not having any cards in his hand, is able to use his graveyard as a resource to establish board dominance again. So here's life from the loam to get back more cards, to get back more lands. I mean, so the lands will serve as like reanimators
For the Bloodghast,
For the
over and
Bloodghast.
over and over.
for the Bloodghast and the price amalgams. So yeah, Cass is gonna have to control the board quite a lot of times to win from here.
Looks like Cass is just down to 1 card, and this doesn't seem like 1 card might be able to cut it. With the Dredge deck, it almost feels like your entire graveyard is actually an extension of your hand.
Yeah, that's true. So
So even though Danny looks like he's well hellbent here, but in reality,
it's not really hellbent. He has 3 lands in his hand.
yeah, which actually equate to Bloodghast, Bloodghast, and Bloodghast.
So here he taps 2, discards 2 lands. Is he looking for another conflagrate? Does he have another conflagrate from in his graveyard? That's the question. That'd be really weird if he didn't have.
Conflagrate, an amazing card from Time
Oh
Spiral.
no, Haunted Dead goes for Haunted Dead. Okay.
Haunted.
So yeah, Haunted Dead, another reanimating card. Gonna trigger the price amalgams and gonna block that. Wait, you can't block it with Haunted Dead. Haunted Dead comes in tapped. You need to tell him Haunted Dead comes in tapped.
Alright. Hold on.
Definitely a dub there by Daniel Seed. Haunted Dead, not knowing that Haunted Dead comes in tap, so needing to block with both Narcomoeba and the spirit that he got with the Haunted Dead. Danny here now left with the choice to make. Will he swing? Will he swing with all his creatures, or maybe just leave some back for defense? Because at this point, all he's afraid of is are the spirits going from the air for 1 damage each.
Wow, what an army of creatures Danny has amassed here. 3 apprised amalgams and 2 bloodghast.
I mean, if you're Danny here, you just go for it, right? You just slam the hammer.
Well, he's on 5, so any creature actually, each of the lingering souls tokens actually attack for 2 with the noble hierarch. So, short of any tricks, Danny might not be so keen on just swinging the whole team.
No, I definitely want to swing in here. That Cass being out of cards in his hand, and probably out of gas as well.
Oh right, yeah, alright. Sorry, my mistake. I believe I thought Cass still had cards in hand. I was actually mentioning how he just had 1 before.
Okay, so now Danny, I think his option here might be to swing with everything and force a block from Cass here. Definitely going to be the optimal play here.
Yeah, it looks like he has a total of 1, 2, 3,
He has 9.
15 power on the board.
Yeah, so it's gonna. Cass definitely has to make some really awkward blocks at this point. So okay, he's gonna. Does he have another conflagrate?
Well, looking through his graveyard,
If he has conflagrate, it's game, isn't it?
conflagrate is gonna be right. There's another conflagrate gonna
Yeah,
be discarding the
Danny-
3 cards.
Danny's-
And
True for that 1990, Jeffrey Chan says Danny slow roll. He has conflagrate in his graveyard. Can wipe out Cass board. Yes, he
Yeah.
does have the conflagrate in his graveyard. Not sure what took Danny so long to figure that out.
well, he did in the end, and
Yeah.
I guess
Definitely not becoming of Singapore's best Dredge player. Alright, so if you're just tuning in to our stream, do catch us on Tuesdays as well, 8 p.m. Singapore time, UTC +8. We do standard streams, 3 rounds of real people playing real Magic. It's gonna be a casual event, nothing too serious. You'll probably see some jank decks here and there. Same as well for Wednesday, which is today. You're gonna see another 2 rounds of this. We'll be back in a bit. Do check out our partners as well at Paul9 Podcast, where Mick and I, well, consisting of Mick and I, where we talk about MTG lifestyle, if that's a thing. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in a bit. Ciao.